today we're going to take you to the Ocala Fire Department Museum.
Yeah.
And we're going to show you some of the cool things they have on display there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ocala was known, or is known, as Brick City.
Yes, it most certainly is.
And let me turn this around and read to you what this says.
Okay.
Because we're standing at the parking garage.
Uh-huh.
But this used to be the location of the fire department.
And right now, this is the corner of Southeast Osceola Avenue and Southeast Broadway Street.
Right.
And it is February 14th, 2023.
The Ocala Fire Department was established following the devastating Thanksgiving Day fire of 1883, which destroyed five square blocks downtown. As a result, a brick fire station was constructed on this site, right where we're standing.
Uh-huh.
And again, there it is.
That's right.
The mammoth bell, we're going to show you that in a second, could be heard throughout the city. When it was rung, the number of bells signaled which area of town the fire was located. Fortunately, the bell was saved when the fire station was raised in 1968.
That's right.
All right, so let's show you that.
The history of the bell.
Okay, skip over. All right, so here's the bell. It's on display here.
Yep.
And I'll show you the parking garage that is standing where the firehouse stood.
And it is appropriate that the fire bell is mounted permanently on the bricks for Brick City.
Yes, absolutely. I never thought of that. Anyway, so there's the parking garage. That's where the fire department used to be.
Uh-huh.
Now, I think, I could be wrong with this, so forgive me if I am, but I think one of the buildings that was destroyed was the Ocala Hotel, which stood right there.
Uh-huh.
But of course, that's a new one.
Right.
So, all right, the only other thing we want to show you is a plaque on the side of the Marion Block building where Harry's restaurant is.
Okay.
So let's take a walk over there.
All right.
And
it happened in 1883 on Thanksgiving Day.
right,
And then fire raged on top of the Benjamin and Company store.
right.
They were all wooden structures. That store burned down, and the fire devoured 5 town blocks before it ceased. And that's when the fire brigade was...
Does it say the hotel was burned down?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Maybe I got that
5
right.
blocks. 5 blocks of buildings are burned down. It didn't name the individual buildings except the Benjamin and Company store.
Okay, so let's go over to the Marion Block building
Okay.
where Harry's is,
Okay.
and show you that plaque, and then we'll go over to the Fire Museum
Okay.
and show you that.
So after that fire, they realized they needed a fire brigade. They sold fire bonds to raise the funds. And in a little over a year's time, the first firehouse company was born. So that's pretty amazing. And that fire company grew into Ocala Fire Rescue. And then when the county got bigger, we've got Marion County Fire Rescue. And they're all pretty amazing. Thank you, firefighters.
Yeah, which town? Oh, it was Crystal River.
Yeah.
Got rid of their police department, right?
Yeah, they did.
And they depend completely on the Citrus County Sheriff's Office, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay. All right.
But we're still, downtown Ocala still houses some historic buildings. And very interesting to read the plaques on the different buildings.
But I also want to point out, we're walking from the spot where the fire department was.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Marion Block building is one of the buildings that replaced one of the buildings that burned down, right?
Yes.
So, all right, so there's the plaque.
And this is the Marion Block building.
Yeah. All right, so let's show that. There's Harry's. Oh, Harry.
And
Give him hell,
has
Harry.
An interesting history too.
All right, there it is.
The building.
You read this one.
The Marion Block building was erected in 1885 because it followed the Thanksgiving Day fire that destroyed the downtown business district. The whole 5 blocks was the entire business district. This building originally housed the county's first opera house and its first mechanical elevator, and it is renovated by William B. Scheel and Louis Sagg in 1995.
All right, let's get over there. We'll turn it around and then we'll head over to the Fire Department Museum. And by the way, this building used to be a drugstore. Drugstore. That's okay. Everybody's coming out for Valentine's Day is what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just walk over here. We'll turn the camera around and we'll head over to the Fire Department Museum on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
Yeah. And it's Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2023.
Yeah, so give your sweetheart a kiss.
Yeah.
A big kiss.
Yeah.
All right, let's stand in the shade.
So where are we going now?
Right here,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Okay. I don't mind.
All right, there's the new hotel.
Yep.
I'm going to turn it around and say hello. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
All right, so there we go. I just want to show you where the firehouse used to be, the bell, and the brick building, or at least one of them, that replaced the wooden buildings after the fire of 1883.
Yes.
1883.
Let's see. Yep, 1883 on Thanksgiving Day.
All right, let's go by magic of editing over to the Fire Department Museum, Ocala Fire Department Museum.
That's right.
We're in the Ocala Fire Museum.
Yeah, it is
Or
so
the
great.
Fire Department Museum.
That's right.
So we're going to show you this, and the reason we're showing you this is because Ocala is known as Brick City.
Yes.
And why is it known as Brick City?
Because there was a fire and all of the buildings burned down because they were all wooden.
Yeah, and so they rebuilt it with bricks.
Yep, and the fire was in 1883 on Thanksgiving Day.
So we're going to show you the Fire Museum, and it's very interesting. So let me turn this around and get started.
And it is February 14th, 2023.
There it is, February 14th. Oh, it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's Day. Ooh la la. All right, here we go. So first, I don't know what to show you first.
They said it was progressive, and this is a self-guided tour.
Self-guided tour.
That's really, really nice. It's open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
All right, so let's just start here. Fire coat in Germany. Let's see if you can see that. Fire coat Germany. Right? Am I aiming it at the right place? Well, there it is. I can even see what I'm aiming at. All right, yeah, there's the fire coat from Germany. There's the fire coat from Ocala. And there's the fire coat from Italy.
Very interesting. Isn't this something?
So here we go. Fire alarm boxes. A fire alarm box is a device used for notifying a fire department of a fire. They were created in the 1860s using a series of bells to signal the location before the telephone was invented. That's pretty cool. Alarm boxes were typically installed on city street corners. Do you remember them when you were a kid?
I do.
I remember.
I do, yeah, sure.
Today, due to the availability of cell phones, a majority of cities have removed them from service. The boxes on display date from the mid-19th century and include one from New York City. And that's from Brian Studhoff.
Yeah, and Brian Studhoff is the retired Ocala fire chief, yeah.
And so let's look at this one. I think this must be the one from New York.
Oh, it does, FDNY.
FDNY.
Yep. And then there's a different one up there.
There's one.
And here's one right here.
Here's one.
It doesn't say what.
I don't know how many of you know this, and I think this is the whole country.
Brick City.
But if you see a blue reflector in the street, it means there's a fire hydrant there somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere nearby.
And that's another historic piece. It's a brass sliding pole. I mean, you see them all the time in movies, and they're for real, the brass sliding poles.
A two-story brick fire station containing two sliding poles was constructed on Osceola Avenue in 1894. A segment of the fire pole is on display.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That is so cool.
I wonder if I can just step up here real quick and show this.
Stepping on the bricks.
I know. There. That must be the old fire station, huh?
Yeah, I would think
Fire.
so.
It says it, Fire Department Ocala.
Yeah. And this is a timeline about Ocala Hook and Ladder Company number 1 in the 1890s. Donated by Captain Chuck Barbary. Nice. So there's the original. Isn't that something? Horses provided the power to transport Ocala's fire apparatus beginning in 1884. And in 1903, a double team of horses, rather than a single horse, would be used to pull the apparatus for the first time in Ocala. That is pretty cool.
There's the brick fire station on Osceola Avenue between Fort King and Broadway in 1894. The two-story station cost $5,000 and featured 2 sliding poles. There's some of the awards that they've won.
Yeah, proclamation. Here's a picture of people pulling.
Can you see what that says? That's 1891.
Yeah, state champions, 1891. They have all the gentlemen that are pulling the fire apparatus.
Yeah.
I guess they must have had competitions between the fire houses around the state. So they were state champions in 1891.
Here's some, I don't know if you call them shields or badges.
Yeah, that's something we'd have to ask about. Captain's badge.
Yeah.
Or shield.
Yeah.
I know, police department, fire department, some say shields, some say badges.
The history of the fire department competitions. Oh, here we go. I gotta get close for this one.
Okay.
The history of the fire department competitions began in early colonial America, and firefighters traditionally and still are very competitive. My nephew is a firefighter for Marion County.
Yes.
And yes, he is very competitive. Competitions for more than a century consisted of hose teams and ladder companies competing in timed evolutions. At times, several fire companies would compete not only against neighboring departments, but also among companies within the same department. I won't read the whole thing, but isn't that something?
That's very interesting. And those are the different fire departments around Ocala postcards.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I'll do my best to pan them for the video. So one quick story, my grandfather, my mother's father, when he retired to Florida in Beverly Hills, which is Citrus County, not too far from here, he was one of the first guys to establish a fire department in that community. There was only a few blocks of houses at that time.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
So that building right there in that picture, is that where the garage is now? Because see, it shows the bell up there.
Oh yeah, it does. I would guess probably, yeah.
All right.
And there's a 3, tells about the Great Fire.
Here, this is what we want to tell you. Go ahead, you read that one.
On Thanksgiving Day, 1883, the fire began at the corner of East Silver Springs Boulevard and First Avenue. 2 workers were sleeping on the 2nd floor of the Benjamin and Company's store. They are said to have knocked over an oil lamp. They cried fire. Volunteers formed a bucket brigade. The flames quickly destroyed the store made of wood, and then the wind came. They drove flames south, destroying the Ocala House Hotel, and then the flames went westward, and they burned 5 square blocks of the city. During the year of 1884, fire bonds were sold to raise money to pay for needed equipment and a professional fire department. In April 1885, an ordinance was created establishing the fire department of the city of Ocala. The business district was quickly rebuilt using brick, thus becoming known as the Brick City.
Oh man, that's the main reason we're here today, is because of that name, Brick City.
Yeah, now they have a blurb about the 1894 cornerstone.
Okay, I'll read that one. The original cornerstone. Oh, this original cornerstone. Oh, there it is, right there.
There it is.
Oh.
Wow.
That's the original cornerstone.
That is so cool.
Is from the historic brick fire station that was located on Osceola Avenue. It is dated 1894 and includes the name of the fire chief as well as the fire committee members. The 2-story fire station was torn down in 1968. However, a few items such as the fire bell, brass sliding pole, and cornerstone were saved.
Yeah, nice. Isn't that something? I have to touch a piece of history. Do you think it's okay?
Of course.
Wow.
It would say do not touch if you couldn't touch it.
Yeah, and the boots. Let's see.
Wow, so 1883 is kind of the beginning of it all.
Uh-huh. Ocala Fire Rescue, 125 years of dedicated service from 1883 to 2010. 2010, the Ocala Fire Rescue celebrated their 125 years of service. It's now 2023 and they're still going strong. God bless the firemen in our community.
It's a fireman's prayer. Yeah, you got to pray for them. They put their life on the line just like law enforcement.
Here's another fireman's prayer.
Yeah.
Oh, and in 1885, they even published hints to prevent a fire. Nice. Oh, and you were talking about the marks. There it is. Fire marks in the United States were used from 1752 to circa 1900. So isn't that something? They all had their own, like, coat of arms, I guess.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That was pretty amazing.
All right.
There's a rattle watchman. I don't know what that is.
One of the first fire alarms in the nation was instituted in New York City in 1658. The rattle watchman patrolled the town at night with wood rattles like this one on display, which they sounded upon discovery of a fire. Citizens, upon hearing the rattle, were expected to wake up and place their leather fire buckets at their doorsteps for use by the firemen in forming a bucket brigade.
Wow, that's those
Wait a
bucket
minute.
things.
Can we use it?
Oh, you go ahead. You
Oh,
got it.
I
You
think
got
they
it.
let us use it. Yeah, you twist it.
All right, okay.
Oh my God. That is so loud.
Wow.
That-
That is so loud.
Well, that would wake everybody up.
I would say it's
I gotta
loud.
get one of them. I'm gonna get one of them. All right, so over here we have all the different patches.
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
just scroll through them.
Okay.
These are all Ocala.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's a significance to each one.
Certainly.
We have some from the area.
Mm-hmm. They have the different volunteer fire departments. They have the paramedics, EMTs.
And this is Brian Studhoff's business card.
Yeah.
So-
Brian is such a mover in our community. He works behind the scenes.
That's one with the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Did it? Well, Brian was very generous to us when we did the radio show, always coming in with information, and now he's very much involved in historic things, right?
Yep, the Historic Ocala Preservation Society.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
All right, let's see what else we have here on the wall.
This is fabulous. Gainesville tanker explodes in Ocala, an article about all the
Oh, wow.
Ocala Fire Rescue, September 2010.
Well, that's from the police of Gulfport, Mississippi.
Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, Hurricane Katrina disaster relief team from Ocala.
Yeah, so that was their way to thank.
And Firehouse subs, yes.
Yes.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Let's see what this is. Raise your cup to heroes.
Yep, Firehouse subs. We like to do that.
That looks like it's from 2009, this newspaper.
And your nephew's a part of this. North Central Florida's Urban Search and Rescue Task Force 8.
Yeah.
Yep, they're pretty amazing.
Yeah, there's the Marion County badge.
Yeah, Marion County Fire Rescue
Or patch.
is where your nephew works. You know, Alachua County, Gainesville, and Ocala, the 4 entities come together to form Task Force 8, and they're always on the job whenever something bad happens.
There's the front page of USA Today from September 11th or the 12th. Wow. But this is interesting. A 9/11 memorial at Donadia Forest Park near Ocala's twin town of Newbridge, Ireland. The photo was taken March 17th, 2014.
Yep, that's Ocala's sister city.
Oh, check this out. The flag of honor. This flag contains the names of those killed in the terrorist attacks of 9/11. Now and forever it will represent their immortality. We shall never forget them. Check this out. I won't scan all of them, but every name.
It's flagofhonor.org is the website.
Did you even know this existed?
I did not know. I did not know.
Very interesting. And up there on the top is all the fire extinguishers.
Yeah. Here's the centerpiece.
Oh, that's the beam.
Yes, yes.
Oh my
That's the
gosh.
center. It's giving me chills
Okay, so
because
this.
it used to be in the other fire station with Brian Studoff, and this was pretty amazing. to
Yeah. Well, I'm standing right in front of it. That's what I was looking for because I knew it was here. Now look how bent it is.
see.
That's a
Yeah.
piece of the beam from the World Trade Center in New York City. Look how bent. How bent. Oh, wow.
Sure. And I guess they they cataloged all the pieces,
Yeah.
and they gifted the Ocala Fire Department because they went up there. to
Yeah.
help.
Okay, you read what it
Marion
says on
County
there,
Fire Department.
and I'll keep showing the
It's
the
called
beam.
World Trade Center Steel. On September 11th, 2001, terrorist hijackers intentionally crashed two airliners into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City, New York, United States of America. Both towers collapsed within 2 hours. Excluding the hijackers, 2,974 people died in the attacks. It included 343 FDNY firefighters. Hijackers crashed a third airliner into the Pentagon. A fourth plane crashed into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, after the passengers and flight crew attempted to retake control of the plane, which the hijackers had directed towards Washington, D.C. This piece of battered steel is part of the World Trade Center. It was identified by investigators as item H-0061S. Ocala Fire Rescue received this artifact from the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey on September 2011. This just gives me chills.
There you go.
I mean,
Wow.
this is it. This is history. Wow. Oh my gosh. Firefighter.
This story,
Robert
published
Reed.
in the book WTC, in their own words, firefighter Robert Reed was critically injured on September 11th. His mother, Evelyn Reed, resided in Ocala for many years until her death in 2013. And there he is right there. Firefighter Reed presented his company's T-shirt and photo from 9/11 to Assistant Chief Studoff. The photo of Firefighter Reed was taken by a German photographer on that fateful day.
Oh my.
There's the photography. That must be the T-shirt, huh?
Yes.
Wow. Thank God for the Ocala Fire Department. On behalf of Wendy's on State Road 200, we would like to thank all of the fire department personnel who responded to our fire on May 2nd, 1990. Wow, it thanks all of them. Brian's name is on there, and others' names, of course.
And here's a firefighter that was killed on September 11th, whose family resides in Ocala.
Oh, there's another one on here. Sally Suarez comforts her son, Christian, age 6, as her other son, Jose, 10, daughter Jocelyn, 14, and sister mourn during the funeral service for her husband, firefighter Benjamin Suarez. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this was that.
He was killed on September 11th. Firefighter Suarez belonged to Brooklyn's Ladder Company 21.
Oh, wow.
Responded to the terrorist attack while off duty. The funeral was held on November 2nd, 2001. The Suarez family currently resides in Ocala. Christian Suarez proudly recited the Pledge of Allegiance during the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 ceremony held in the Ocala Veterans Park.
Wow.
Photo from New York's Bravest by Susan Watts. Wow, look at this.
For any of you watching, if you're in Ocala, come to this museum. It's not big, but there's a lot of emotion in this little building.
It is huge. Huge emotion.
Through these doors pass the best damn firefighters in the world.
You betcha.
That's what it says.
It's signed by the Fire College graduating class, October 1982.
Yeah.
Nice.
We are very blessed to have people like you guys and girls, ladies,
You're
and
all
men.
heroes every day.
So I have one firefighter story I want to share.
There's
What-
Brian Studoff in 2013.
Yeah. So here's my firefighter story.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a sub-story because my career was in entertainment. So I was a performer and I was in a duo and I was on Long Island. Hey, there's John Travolta.
Yeah. That's
Ladder 49.
Yeah, picture.
Joaquin Phoenix and John Travolta. Did we see that movie?
I don't remember.
So I was playing in a bar on Long Island, and this was a bar right next to a firehouse in, gosh, I think it was the town of Hicksville. I'm not really sure. But anyway, that was what my favorite job. We made $35 a night, so that's between two of us, so we didn't make much. But when the alarm went off, the bar got empty, and all those guys left, and then they'd come right back.
Wow.
Well, there's John Travolta right there.
Yeah. Oh, this is on loan from Brian Studoff. Yeah,
Oh, there's the script for Ladder 49.
Yeah, I think we did see that movie. Backdraft we saw
And there's
also.
John Travolta. Oh, very cool.
Nice. The interesting thing about the firefighters also is that the fire trucks, the majority of them are manufactured right here in Ocala, Florida.
Right.
By Emergency One,
Right.
E1. And the fire departments from all over the world put in their orders, and those fire trucks, they're manufactured right here. And it's pretty amazing. And then whatever country or state E1, Emergency One, is making the fire trucks for, they always fly that flag next to the American flag. So you always know where these fire trucks are going to end up.
Oh, remember this? The First Baptist Church burned down.
Oh, I do, yeah.
There's a brick from the church that was destroyed by an arsonist.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a Zippo lighter there. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. Wow, that was 1991?
Yeah, I remember
Doesn't
that.
feel that long ago.
Life Safety Code Handbook.
But there's a glass for your beer, Robin.
Oh, nice. Ocala Fire Rescue.
That's kind of cool. Those cast iron little sculptures that they make.
Oh,
East
yeah.
End.
That's fabulous. That's pretty cool.
Dispatch.
Oh, very important.
Yeah.
Very important. Oh, there's
Communications.
Brian Studoff's, one of his name tags.
Yeah. So your mother worked in dispatch for the Ocala Police,
Yeah, exactly.
which is kind of cool.
And up above our heads, it looks like a stretcher of some sort.
Oh
They
yeah.
rescue people in.
Oh yeah.
It's metal. Can I touch it? There's no sign. There we go.
Yeah. Very cool.
Very wonderful.
There's the projector. I don't know what the significance is of the projector
In the cassette tape.
and the slides. Let's just. Not sure what that is.
Yeah.
Although I like that projector. I'm a projector geek.
Yes, you are.
I'm a movie geek.
Oh, it says Language of Fire.
Oh,
Person
okay.
8, National Fire Protection Association.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's what they remember when, at least when I was growing up in school, we had different people come in and show movies and tell us how to do this stuff.
Hey, I won a prize for when I was like in elementary school.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, fire prevention poster.
Nice.
Hey, is that the art station? Art station. Is that the fire station in Tuscaloosa?
Right. That's the one that used to be the headquarters until they built this fire station here with the headquarters. Sir Brian Studoff worked out of. Look at that. All the shirts they're all so beautiful, so clean.
Oh,
pressed.
there's the story of the First Baptist Church.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was big. It was huge.
It was huge.
Look, there it is, all burnt down.
Huge. Yeah.
I remember that. That's hard to believe. That was 1991 already.
I know, it's so quickly time flies.
Wow.
Serving the citizens of Ocala since 1885.
I mean, what are those big long things here?
Oh, I don't
Big
know.
long hooks.
Yeah.
Obviously a tool.
I don't know. That would be a good question. Let's see.
The 1941 firehouse addition that was part of a government work program initiative during the Depression years. The 1894 fire station was situated so the apparatus bays faced the railroad tracks on Osceola Avenue. The addition cost $19,359
Oh my gosh.
and was completed in 1941, changing the front of the fire station to face Broadway Street.
Oh gosh. Oh, this is a drag hook. So if they got to do a rescue in the water or something, it's a drag hook. It says he checks out a drag hook. They lower the drag hooks into the depths to plumb for their ill-fated quarry. So I guess if they're looking for a body,
Oh, okay.
you have the drag hooks that try to hook something.
Okay, let's see what's in the middle of the room over here. Oh, we got more things here.
More perimeter stuff.
Oh, that's a nice looking plaque.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, matchbooks. Early
Matchbooks.
American fire engines. Oh, that would be cool to have.
Payroll. Last half of July 1932. The chief got $82.50.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he got more than the rest of them.
Yeah, and the fireman got $42.50. The assistant chief received $50. Last half of July. So it was $860 a payroll for the whole month. So each half of July they got paid $430 for payroll.
Wow. Oh, I'm sure that.
Oh, my dad had one of those mowers. That's what he used to mow our grass with.
Yeah, we had one too.
Lawnmower. Oh, this is how they maintain the fire stations.
For more than a century, firefighters maintained the fire station that included cutting the grass every Tuesday. The push lawnmower, similar to the one on display, began to be manufactured in 1910. The machine was powered by muscle, with wheels mechanically connected to the blades so that when the mower was pushed, the blades would spin.
Yep.
Yes, everybody, whoever grew up in that era knows that.
Yeah, that's all my dad used. He never had one of those gas-powered or electric-powered lawnmower. It was his arm power.
Rescue by net. Oh, man.
Gosh.
Very cool.
Oh, sheet music. Up there.
Long
Piano
before
playing.
the invention of radio or television, piano playing became a common form of entertainment in the middle-class home. Sheet music exploded in popularity in the late 1800s and continued into the 1930s. Fire-themed scores in particular were prevalent and well-liked. The Burning of Rome is dated 1903, and the March Montello is from 1929.
Oh, so that's the sheet music for both of them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's the sheet music. On loan from Brian F. Studoff collection.
I got something I can add to that.
Okay, what do you have?
All right, the guy or the lady, usually a guy, who would fill the because the sheet music was the record. There was no record like you would know today. So they called them the record because it was a recording on paper of the notes. And the sheet music itself was stocked in the locations because it would be usually a lady playing the piano out on the street or near a store somewhere. And the passersby would hear the song and say, oh, I want to bring that song home. So they would pick up a piece of that sheet music, like that one right there. And that sheet music, and this is what I'm trying to get to, was placed there by a guy, and his title was Rack Jobber. And I knew a rack jobber.
Gosh, nice.
That's how I know that. I knew a guy who was a rack jobber.
Oh, this is the Ocala Fire Rescue dress uniform.
This right here?
Yep, the origin dates back to the 1860s. The cities began replacing their volunteer firefighters with paid members at the end of the Civil War. Union soldiers converted their military blue uniforms for use in the fire service. The jacket displayed as 2 gold stripes on the sleeve. It signifies the rank of battalion chief.
There you go.
There you go. He's smaller than me.
That's a nice looking uniform.
It is very sharp. It's probably all wool since it was their uniform.
Probably hot, yeah.
Shiny shoes too. Oh, and that's the life net. Look at it. Isn't that something?
Oh yeah.
My gosh.
That's what you jump into.
Yeah, and here's the breathing apparatus and the boots and the jacket that protects them. There's a lady firefighter's uniform.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? The old hose. And this, I don't know, what is that? It looks like a fan, so it must be like a generator or something.
Hose winding table.
Yeah.
This unique hose winding table was handmade by Ocala firemen in 1933. After each fire, clean, dry fire hose would have to be placed on the fire engine immediately after returning to the fire station. The hose winding table made the work of reloading heavy hose a little easier. The tabletop is supported by a wood spoke wheel, believed to have been salvaged from a 1920s fire chief's vehicle. The table is in its original condition and was utilized for 70 years. It was removed from service in 2003. All right, demonstrate.
Okay, here goes.
There, that's how they wound it on there.
Winding table. And this must be some kind of a thing to keep the
To hold
hose.
on to it, yeah.
Yeah, to hold on to it.
Show that a little bit for the
Here.
camera. Yeah.
Brass. It's all brass. And let's see, to go back to the women firemen, Ocala's first female firefighter, she was named Marilyn Johnson. She was hired in 1985. Her blue uniform shirt features the EMT and fire department patches worn at that time.
Oh wow, the first female wasn't
Yeah.
until 1985.
1985, the first woman fireman.
Wow. Now
Marilyn Johnson.
here's the answer to that thing, right?
Okay, yes.
Oh, is that this thing? No, this is this thing.
Expansion ring equipment.
Oh, that's this. This rare tool was patented in 1920. For many decades, this device was used by Ocala firemen to repair fire hose that developed leaks. This equipment would allow the coupling to be repositioned after the damaged section of hose was cut away. This expansion ring was removed from service in 1990. Here it is. That's this
Nice.
thing right here.
Nice. Wow. Oh, there's a jacket from 1958 from Captain Ed Remington.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a guy sliding down the pole.
Oh yeah.
They should have one of those here, coming from the ceiling, and a guy sliding down, a mannequin sliding down the pole.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Very cool. All right, now let's look at the
Fire hose
center
dryer.
of the room.
Okay,
Assistant Chief 103.
Ocala.
All right, in the center of the room, the
Oh,
whole.
look how they carry their gloves. They strap it to their
Oh, yeah.
chest.
Ooh. Oh, that must be a CPR training doll, right?
Mannequin. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that measures your. I took those.
The Girl from the River Seine, it says.
Go ahead, read that one.
Oh, let's see. At about the turn of the century, the body of a young girl was pulled from the River Seine in Paris. There was no evidence of violence. It was assumed that she had taken her own life. Since her identity could not be established, a death mask was made, as was customary in such a case. Her delicate beauty and ethereal smile added to the enigma of her death. Gosh. Let's see. Several romantic stories based on this mystery were published. According to one, her death was the result of a one-sided romance. This legend became popular throughout Europe as did reproductions of the Death Mask. Let's see. It's a toy and doll manufacturer. They wanted to add realism to dolls, so they used her face. And
her face right there?
Yeah, the spirit of the girl from the River Seine came to life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She helped. Oh, okay. So let's see. So they called her Ressuscite Anne, the girl. She was introduced in 1960. She has helped teach modern resuscitation techniques to millions of people throughout the world.
Wow. I had no idea.
I didn't either. No, in the history of CPR, it dates back to the 1700s. Pretty interesting. Interesting stuff. Oh, and that's from Newbridge, Ireland.
Ooh, did you hear that? A vehicle crash.
Yeah.
A real call going on outside.
Yeah.
Look at these
there's
helmets.
the different fire helmets over the years. Let's see what.
So we just heard the radio call. Look at this helmet here. A radio call just came on the speaker outside.
Yeah.
For a vehicle crash somewhere. Well, if we hear the sirens, we'll aim the camera outside. Let's see what's on this side.
Okay, this one says Newbridge twinned with Ocala, celebrating 10 years of twinning in the book. That's the book. It said, an Irish wish for our friends, wishing you a rainbow for sunlight after showers, miles and miles of Irish smiles for golden happy hours, shamrocks at your doorway for luck and laughter too, and a host of friends that never ends each day your whole life through.
Wow.
So this is to Ocala from Newbridge.
There's somebody else we know over here. Recognize him?
Oh my gosh, I sure do. Cantor Berman.
Samuel Dove Berman. Yeah, Robin and I knew him well. He was on the radio show a lot. And he was the only Jewish chaplain.
That's right.
For the Ocala Fire Department and the Fire Police Department.
Exactly. That must be his book. Here's his badge.
There's his badge.
Oh, Sam. Gosh.
Yeah, wow. And here's Father Anthony Palmise. Reverend Anthony Palmise died in 2012, February 2nd.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
So he must have been a chaplain also. Whoa.
Whoops. Sorry. Okay.
Don't back into things.
No.
All right, let's see what's behind us.
Okay.
The thing you backed into.
Yeah. More helmets on top.
There they go. Oh. Yeah, they're going. There they go. Yeah, they had a call for a vehicle crash.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's why I hate driving. I don't like that anymore. I used to love driving. So many crazy drivers now. Rescue vehicle ready for service this week. Mm-hmm. That article. What is this?
Daily report of fires in Ocala for the month of February 1958. Oh my gosh, they logged every one.
Wow.
Isn't that something? It's a total of 38 fires. City of Ocala Fire Rescue 125th anniversary book, 1885 to 2010. The 100 and 125-year anniversary books were written in 1988 and 2010 by Chiefs Bill Mallory, Chief Rusty Burnett, and Chief Brian Studoff. Wow, look at this.
The LifePak 5 cardiac monitor went in service in the late 1970s.
Oh, those are those paddles.
Yeah. Stand back. Stand back.
Great. Oh, there's an obstetrical kit in case you have to deliver a baby.
I know. I hope I never have to do that. I hope I don't have to ever do that.
Display cases donated by firefighter and paramedic Carl Denhart, Metropolitan Dade County Fire Rescue, and the Ocala Fire Department. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
What is that?
John was sent from headquarters to Station 3 for damage while on vacation.
Oh, a log of some sort.
Yeah. Oh, animal oxygen masks. Isn't that something?
Oh, wow.
We hear about them.
Yeah. A snake bite kit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good in Ocala.
Yeah.
The resuscitube airway.
And the EMS, Emergency Medical Services prayer. Gladiator shock suit.
Oh, wow.
Wonder how you do that. Suction unit and short backboard. It said the international fire helmets that are on top are from Austria, Russia, Germany, and England on both of these.
All right, one more display to show you.
These are Ocala Fire helmets from 1960, 1980, and 2000.
Oh, two more displays.
Yeah, and then another wall as we came in.
Here's some electronic gadgets. For some reason, I'm a nerd when it comes to those things.
Wow.
1927, the city of Ocala paid $13,500 in 1927 for an American LaFrance combination fire truck. It carried these tools displayed, including 10 ladders, a 40-gallon chemical tank, 1,000 feet of hose, and 4 lanterns. Chief W.S. Peck is pictured on the left of the photograph. I guess that's the photograph.
Oh my gosh, all of that equipment in that truck. Isn't that something?
Including a huge axe.
Yeah. Look at all of that, and those are all the journals.
Yeah.
Gosh. It says fire department records were stored in wood boxes during the 1930s. Yeah, you have to be on top of your game when you're fire rescue.
Oh, there's a calendar.
Oh, yeah. Nice. I like the cover. Very emotional, very impactful.
And what's this one open? Fire Captain Warren Otto, FDNY. Can you read that one?
Captain Otto served from 1956 until 1976. He served as a firefighter in Brooklyn's Engine 256, a lieutenant in Ladder 113. He was captain in Ladder 127. After a distinguished career, he resided with his family for many years in Marion County, Florida. Otto served as a representative on the Withlacoochee Planning Council. He was a member of the Marion County Sheriff's Auxiliary Unit, and he belonged to the 9/11 Memorial 343 group. He died in 2015. This is from the Maryland Auto Collection. So this is his helmet and his numbers.
That must be his photo over here.
Yeah. FDNY. Sure. Captain Warren H. Otto for meritorious service with the New York Fire Department.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Did you say we missed a wall?
Oh, the first wall. Oh, and you had said you had a friend named Frank. He was a firefighter in New York City.
Yeah.
And you had a story about his badge number because his son was going to be a firefighter also.
So Frank Celestino, I met Frank because he was retired from the New York Police Fire Department and was working with me at an assisted living facility here in Ocala. I was the activities director, and they needed a driver, so they hired a driver. They created a driving position because I was driving everybody everywhere, and they created a driving position. So he applied, and he was my only employee. He was the only person I had to oversee, but he needed no oversight, trust me. Mm-hmm. This guy was amazing. Fire hydrants, Ocala Volunteer Fire. Did I read this one already? earlier? Bucket brigades to fight a fire. By the 1860s, cast iron fire hydrants were installed. A hydrant dated 1869 is displayed in the lobby. Oh, we'll find that. It is believed that Ocala has one of the oldest hydrant systems in the state of Florida. Today, there are more than 3,000 fire hydrants in the city of Ocala, often taken for granted. They are a vital part of saving lives.
And here it is.
Oh, this is it, okay.
Yeah, and then a picture of the bell.
The bell, yeah.
But anyway, to finish your story.
So Frank applied for the job and worked with me. So I knew Frank had been a firefighter, and I knew that his son Louis, at that time, was currently a firefighter in New York. And Frank asked that they not retire his number, the number on his helmet, I think, and he wanted it so that if Louis ever became an employee of the fire department, that he would get that same number. And that did eventually happen. And I did a pastel painting of Frank and Louis, both wearing, was Frank wearing a helmet in that picture?
Yes.
I'll try to put a B-roll on here, see if I can find it. Anyway, so I did the picture before September 11th, 2001. And I painted it in such a way that it looked like it happened after it, because the background had this little bit of a orange glow, and I did that intentionally to make it look like they had just successfully put out a fire together, not knowing that September 11th was going to happen. And on September 11th, this is probably the more interesting part of the story, I was standing next to Frank watching the TV as this horrible day was unfolding. That's in this picture here. And Frank knew the city very well, and he knew what fires looked like very well, obviously. And when he saw the dust, I guess, for lack of a better way to say it, billowing out, he said, "What the hell is that?" And we could tell one of the buildings, the first building, was collapsing. And I looked at Frank and I said, "Frank, you got to call to make sure Louis is okay." So, and he was so good as an employee, he didn't want to take a break to go call his son. But since I was his boss, I said, "You got to call him." And so I felt like I contributed a little bit to him feeling okay with doing that. That's how devoted he was to his jobs, you know. Anyway, Frank has since passed away, but we were friends for all those years. And, you know, he did call Louis that day, and Louis, thank goodness, had the day off and was out on Long Island. And when he heard about, of course, the attacks, he turned around and went back toward the city and did participate in the rescue efforts and all that. But he wasn't there. And I have another friend, James McCauley, who I knew from Long Island. I knew him as a child. We were 2 houses apart, and he became the fire chief of, I think, the North Merrick Fire Department, and he also worked for the fire, what was it called in New York, Robin? The fire...
Oh, gosh, I can't remember the name. The fire...
not the fire department, the fire...
No, it was...
Oh, my gosh. But anyway, their job was to help out with the fire. So they were firefighters in the same way. Is it Fire Patrol or something?
The Fire Patrol, yeah, you're right.
I might have the wrong name, but anyway, yeah, they were there, and one of his guys, because they were not the fire department, one of his guys who died in 9/11, in fact, they found his body on Christmas Eve, I think, or Christmas Day,
Right.
and he was still standing. And that's just a horrible thing to think about. And because he wasn't in the fire department, his one number wasn't included in the official number of fallen firefighters that day, and they started a campaign, and I helped out with it. But I guess it's hard to change minds to add that one number. So
But to have the beam here in our community, remembering those that perished during 9/11, and being grateful to our firefighters of Ocala, Florida, and Marion County, Florida. All the firefighters all over the world converged on 9/11, and they all helped.
I just want to show Sam.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, good to see you again.
Yeah, it is.
Father Palmise, I never knew you, but you look like a fun
Person.
priest. And over here, the piece of the World Trade Center, the beam, here in Ocala, as a way to thank the firefighters from Ocala for helping out.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, Ocala Fire Department, Robin and I stand and salute you, thank you, say prayers for you. Okay, that goes for Marion County firefighters also, my nephew Christopher, and police,
All fire departments
all
and
fire
law
departments,
enforcement all over the world.
Highway
Thank you.
Patrol, Sheriff's Office, Billy Woods, all you guys,
Yeah.
you are outstanding.
Thank you.
We have done nothing. All we have done is a radio show. And hopefully, in some way, that contributed a little bit.
In the fire bell, you can still see it on Southeast Osceola Avenue
All right.
in the middle of town.
Let's turn this around.
Okay.
There it goes. All right. Well, hope you like that tour of the Ocala Fire Department Museum.
This is very moving. This is something that everybody needs to take a tour of and just sit there and indulge in. Thank you so much.
It's all in one room, too.
It is. It's beautiful.
All
Very
right.
well done.
Salute, Rob.
Oh,
I'll do my left hand.
Okay.
You know what I'm doing?
Well, I'm not a military person. I'll
we
put my
salute
hand
you.
on my heart. So
All right.
I salute everybody that keeps our community safe and healthy. Thank you.
Take care. Be good.
Don't forget to write.
Writing is very important. You see, all this stuff, we wouldn't know any of it if somebody didn't write it down.
No.
That's why it's important.
That's right.
And the world spins fine on its own, but not without you guys.
No.
I'm just saying it spins fine without us. That's what the title means.
That's right.
Spins fine without us.
The world spins fine.
On her own. Thank you. It's Mother
Thank you.
Earth. Thank you.
And God bless everyone.
See you later.
The world spins fine on her own, yeah. The world spins fine on her own. The world spins fine on her own, yes. The world spins fine.